Bismillah, the question is, how do we know that the Prophet ﷺ did not fabricate Islam to get women? Honestly, the questioner, I believe, needs to read the biography of the Prophet ﷺ in even a cursory detail, because the question would not emanate from somebody who studies the biography of our Prophet ﷺ. Firstly, to be very honest, there must be much easier ways of getting women than what he had to do. Think about it. I mean, seriously. For 23 years just to get women. Secondly, what are you saying that the Prophet ﷺ wanted women? Well, his whole lifestyle is against that. For his youth, throughout his young days, and when the sexuality of a man is at its peak, our Prophet ﷺ lived a chaste, a modest life. He never touched a woman in his life. When everybody was out fornicating and drinking, we know from our sources, and the people of Mecca who opposed him knew this, that he lived a decent, dignified life. And he was even too shy to propose to his first wife, Khadija, who was older than him and a double divorcee, twice divorced. Khadija was the one who fell in love with him and proposed to him. He was even too modest and shy to propose to him. And the reason why Khadija fell in love with him was, number one, his honesty, and number two, his chastity and modesty. Because when he would go to Khadija to collect his wages, his eyes would be on the ground. He didn't even look at her out of modesty, out of chastity. His eyes are on the ground. And this made Khadija feel this is a decent, a dignified man. And as long as Khadija remained alive, our Prophet ﷺ remained solely the only wife that he ever had when Khadija was alive. And Khadija passed away, and the Prophet ﷺ is now 53 years old. 53 years old. Then he, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, begins to marry other women, and each one of these women, they are not the most beautiful or the most gorgeous or whatnot. Every one of them, there is a legitimate reason that one of them is the daughter of the captured chieftain, and by marrying her, all of the tribe is freed. Over 700 people, and that is Juwayriyah bint al-Harith. Juwayriyah bint al-Harith, when he married Juwayriyah, and she was the daughter of the chieftain of the Banu Haritha tribe, the entire tribe was freed, because they said, how can we have the in-laws of the Prophet ﷺ as our prisoners of war? So they released the whole tribe. Also, he married the daughters of Abu Bakr and Umar to solidify the bonds with them. He gave his own daughters to Uthman and Ali, so on and so forth. How can you think that a 53-year-old man would do all that he's done just for 8 or 9 women? This is really not a very reasonable conclusion. And also, all of them are divorcees and widows, all of them without exception, other than one, and that is Aisha. Otherwise, every wife that he married, some of them had children and he's taking care of them. A number of them, 2 of them, they had husbands who passed away or left in Abyssinia. They had nobody to take care of them when the community was small. He proposed to them from Medina. They were alone in Abyssinia. Nobody to take care of them, completely isolated. He goes, I'll take care of you, come and I will marry you. So 2 of them came from Abyssinia in this regard. And that's why I said, anybody who studies the basic seerah of the Prophet ﷺ, this is not a question that could come when you know the circumstances and you know how old he was when he took on multiple wives, and you know the background and history of these wives, and Allah knows best.